All right. So whenever you're engaged in low mind engaging activities such as folding your clothes, ironing, sitting in a vehicle to your workplace or to an event or to any place at all, taking a stroll down your um, neighborhood and all of that. These are low mind engaging activities. Washing your clothes, doing laundry, whatever. All these are low mind engaging activities you can couple with something else to make room or to make maximize your time. And so whenever you're involved in such low mind engaging activities, you can couple it with giving some meaningful time to your beloved one. So it could be a text or WhatsApp chat. For example, if you're in a car, rather than speaking on phone. If you are taking a stroll, you can talk on phone. If you live in a safe neighborhood, of course. If you are ironing, you can talk with Bluetooth technology or even on loudspeaker, any that works. So you can maximize all these opportunities to make room, make time for our beloved ones. So occasionally there may be the need to talk about sensitive things that demand more attention. So that will be classified as a high engaging activity. But whereas where you are just talking, trying to catch up with your day, trying to find out how the day went and things like that, you can do it with a low mind engaging activity. Yeah. Then you know that's the right time when you are both somehow economically sound. You both receive some sort of remuneration that helps your life because you would definitely need to buy a time for calls, data, and all of that. You would need to also show love by giving to your loved ones. Then you need to know is the right time when you know that you have gotten over your past. That's if you've been in a past relationship before and you need to get over the past, then you know that is the right time. Then when you are ready to talk marriage, then is the right time. When you are ready to talk marriage, then is the right time. Like we mentioned earlier about the difference between the boys and the men, you can tell that men men have long-term plans in mind, but boys have just the short term in mind. So if you have a long-term marriage in mind, then is the right time to think about love, relationship, or committed friendship. Then the right way starts with falling in love with yourself. I cannot emphasize this much. I have talked about this in the first model, talking about self identity. You need to know yourself, have a relationship with yourself, you need to love yourself before you can think about any other person. So, fall in love with yourself. Give yourself a good treat when you take your salary, when you take your allowance. Buy something for yourself. Buy yourself gifts. Take yourself to that restaurant. Take yourself to that eatery. Get yourself a cup of yogurt. Get yourself a cup of something good for yourself. So fall in love with yourself before you can think of falling in love with somebody else. Then be friends and intentional about your friendship stage. It is all going to start with an acquaintance. Good morning, good afternoon, how are you doing? That is all. That is the acquaintance. Then you move to your friendship stage where you are friends, you know a bit more about the person, and then you become committed friends where you both are so close that every one of you is accountable to each one of you is accountable to one another to each other. That is the stage of the committed friendship. So that is that, and then finally to the life partner stage. You don't jump any of these steps. You don't jump any of these steps. And it's good to be friends and build a lot of memory notes as friends. Build a lot of memory notes as friends. Build a lot of memory notes as friends. Memory notes are not just built when you take someone on dates. It can be built when you are even in the queue waiting for your turn to buy that your favorite kobe, waiting for your turn to buy that your favorite watch. What conversation goes on within those periods? What memories are you building within those periods? So build a lot of memory within the friendship stage. And I know that in one of these episodes we're going to talk about the committed friends. Next session, when we talk about leading by example, I'm going to throw more light on how you can intentionally become a friend to someone you just met. So the next is to go on dates in the company of her friends or get to know how the person relates to other people, relates to her family members. That's her brothers, her younger brothers, elder brothers, cousins, male cousins, I mean, how they relate to opposite gender. Could be their family, could be their friends, because it's not all about the emotions. At a stage in your lifetime, the emotions will flash out and you will fade away, and you would need to be treated. You will be treated anyway as though you are any person at all. So, how the person treats people, how gracious they are to people, how kind they are to people will reflect when there are no emotional ties in times like that. So, learn how to or observe the people when they how they relate with other people. It can be in an open date with others. It can be in a social event you both went together in the company of your friends, anything of a sort. Just observe how they relate to their friends and other people. Seek opinion of wise people who are neutral to where ask them how they think of what are their thoughts? Ask your parents if you are privileged to have them alive and close to you. Ask them what they think of them. Ask your sh- shepherds, I mean, depending on your denominational system, ask your coaches, your mentors, what they think of them. A general overview, a general, I mean, perspective, especially people who know her but will give will not be biased, will give a neutral view of who they are. Then have a conversation with a person. Don't assume that because they are checking up on you every day, finding out what you ate in the morning, afternoon, evening, how the day went, it means something. It can mean nothing anyway. So find out, get to know where the lines are. So start a conversation. Don't assume that they have nobody in their lives. It's all you. Because they tell you every man that comes to propose to them, does not mean that they're giving you the green light. They may be giving you the yellow light, showing that the green will turn on. I mean, the green may turn on. So have the conversation, don't assume. And now also when things start popping up, don't assume. Always have a conversation about things and you'll be fine. Then hold your relationship accountable to somebody that both of you respect. Have somebody that both of you are accountable to. There, you can't live in life and not have people you are accountable to. Don't play that dead goat syndrome into will be a thing. Have someone you are accountable to. I have people I am accountable to, and this is something I hold very dear to my heart because of my personality type. I have a few of such people, and so I hold them very dear to my heart. I have people who can correct me when I'm going wrong. I have people who can speak objectively to issues that I bring up. So they help. They make my life. They help me to reason through things sometimes, and then also they help to keep my life in check when I'm going way off or wayward. Then don't keep it a secret, but don't flaunt it on social media. I'll talk about social media um someday. don't flaunt it on social media. Personally, I would not share a lot of things that go on in my life on social media. I share about 10% or let me say 20% of my life on social media. Majority of what I do, the courses and things I learn and take, I don't share them on social media. Before I will share them, I'm done with the course and my certificates are out. And I need to push them because I don't know when these things will bring me the next gig. So have a life that at least you're a bit mysterious. Some of you, there's no mystery about your life. Everything is all around on social media. Have some bit of mystery. If you are made in the image of God, I feel and I think that at least we should have that nature of God a bit. We can't know God all out and all in, no matter how close we are to Him. There's something about God that you get to know every time you get close. That should be how we are as people. There should be something unique about you that people will only find out when they get more closer. It shouldn't be every detail of your life on social media. So it's the same. Don't flaunt your love relationship on social media, but don't make it a secret to make it open to those that really matter and have a stake. But then don't flaunt it on social media. Then allow each other room and space. The fact that they have decided to share their life with you does not mean that they should not have any other life. I mean, there should be that space. They should be themselves. They should be able to do things that they do freely around you and all of that. Allow them, give them room and space. So we'll end it here for today. And next week we'll be looking at um, leading by subtle example, and then leading by example and subtle teaching. And I know that you will not want to miss next week. I will expound more on some of the things you can do as committed friends to bond more as friends, and then also to teach as a friend. So these are the activities I'll leave with you today, and there will be some more that will be shared on our close user group page. One of the recommended readings every one of you should read is Waiting and Dating by Dr. Miles Morrow. It's a great book. It will bless your life. And I recommend Uncle Ebo White's YouTube videos on Anchor sessions. It was a Friday show he used to have during the COVID era. It's a playlist on his YouTube. Anchor has great love relationship videos there. And then Pastor Kingsley and Mildred Okonkwo, very great marriage counselors. They have great materials on YouTube. Love Dating Marriage channel or their personal channels on YouTube. I think these three people, Dr. Miles' book, Uncle Ebo, Pastor Kingsley, there are a lot more, but if you even have these three, you would have a very solid foundation. You have a very solid, grounds when it comes to issues of love, relationships. Just learn them, consume the materials they have there. At least I can commend these ones for you. So that if there are some others, I'll share the book on the fine arts, small talks. I'll share all of that on our closed WhatsApp group. So God bless you for joining today, and then I'll see you next week if there are any questions.